10 most expensive Rolls-Royce, the icons of elegance and their astonishing price tags. Number 1. Rolls-Royce Droptail La Rose Noire. With an eye-watering price tag, estimated to be in the $30 million region, the Rolls-Royce Droptail is the most expensive new car ever made. Only 4 Droptails will be made, each a unique custom creation with its own bespoke style and name. The first one, unveiled in August last year, is called La Rose Noire, after the black Baccarat variety of roses that served as the central theme for its design. Each Droptail is also paired with a personalized watch that can be mounted on the dashboard. The first 2-door, open-top 2-seater ever made by Rolls-Royce, the Droptail was inspired by iconic Rolls-Royce motor cars from the brand's history. It is powered by a 6.75-liter V12 engine, which produces 563 horsepower. Number 2. Rolls-Royce Boat Tail. 1 year ago, Rolls-Royce showed off a bespoke creation called the Boat Tail, which is rumored to cost more than $28 million. Though it rides on the architecture of luxury used by the Rolls-Royce Phantom and is powered by the same 6.75-liter V12 engine, the Boat Tail is completely unique in almost every other respect. Rolls-Royce will only build 3 examples, and after introducing the first of the trio finished in a stunning shade of blue, the British marque is now showcasing the second model. The car will make its public debut at the Concorso di Eleganza, Villa d'Este tomorrow, May 21, 2022, but you can ogle it in these new pictures before then. Designed as an homage to the client's father and family heritage, which originated in the pearling industry, this new boat tail features detailing inspired by mother of pearl. Number 3. Rolls-Royce Sweptail. The Rolls-Royce Sweptail was a one-off creation built to fulfill the vision of a VIP client. It revived Rolls-Royce's historic coach build division, being the first in a series of custom ultra-luxury cars. The price tag isn't an exact figure, as the Rolls-Royce CEO was reluctant to publicly confirm the exact number, but reports estimate the Sweptail would have cost around $12.9 million. Making it the most expensive new car at the time of its production. The Sweptail takes inspiration from legendary Rolls models of the 1920s and 30s. Nearly every single part of the car is bespoke, down to the license plate. Its aerodynamic sweeping roofline gives the illusion of movement even when the car is stationary. On the power front, the Sweptail's 6.75-liter V12 produces 435 horsepower. Number 4. 1925 Rolls-Royce Phantom I-Round Door. This unusual Phantom started out life in 1925 with a more traditional Hooper and Company cabriolet body but never made it to its first buyer in Detroit, being resold to the Raja of Nonparab before it even left the UK. After spending some time in India and passing through a few other owners, it eventually underwent a major makeover in the first half of the 1930s, thanks to coach builders Jonquière of Belgium. Jonquière installed the distinctive round doors and came up with an innovative 2-piece window that solved the problem of operating windows with a round door. The car was sold for $7.2 million in 2018 and is currently on display at the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles. Number 5. 1904 Rolls-Royce 10 horsepower. This extremely rare Rolls is believed to be one of a handful of remaining examples of the brand's first model. Despite its name, the car's power output was actually 12 horsepower, produced by a 1.8-liter 2.0-liter in later versions engine. At the time the 10 horsepower was produced, Rolls-Royce did not build its own bodywork, instead recommending its customers to a coach builder who would create the perfect body according to the client's specifications. This means every 10 horsepower still in existence has its own individual style. One constant is the triangular radiator, which survives to this day as part of the brand's iconic style elements. Number 6. 1912 Rolls-Royce 40/50 horsepower double Pullman limousine. A few years after the 10 HP's debut, Rolls-Royce introduced a more powerful model, the 40/50 horsepower. This particular car was different from other luxury cars of the era, since it was designed with the driver in mind. The front seat was just as comfortable as the back ones, which meant the lucky owner could take his own car for a spin if he didn't feel like being chauffeured around. This car was not just a plush means of transport or a way to flaunt your wealth. It was meant to be enjoyed, and occasionally driven for leisure, which was a fairly novel concept at the time. It also sparked thousands of children's and adults' love of toy cars. After being the inspiration for the Corgi line of model cars, the car earned itself the nickname Corgi. In 2012, it sold for $6.4 million at a Bonhams auction at Goodwood. Number 7. 2008 Rolls-Royce Phantom Hyperion by Pininfarina. Coach builder Pininfarina, known for creating some of Ferrari's most beautiful designs, worked on this one-of-a-kind Phantom, making it a truly unique car. A series of subtle tweaks to the body's lines create a shape that is completely distinct from the original Phantom, while still being instantly recognizable as a Rolls-Royce. Other characteristics that set this car apart from other Phantoms are its carbon fiber body panels and a custom clock designed by Swiss manufacturer Gerard Perregaux. As of last year, this Phantom was still for sale in brand new conditions in Dubai, with a price tag of $3,268,000. Number 8. 1954 Rolls-Royce Phantom for Limousine Princess Margaret by H.J. Mulliner. Rolls-Royce had an unwritten rule regarding its first post-war version of the Phantom, the Phantom 4. All cars were sold exclusively to royalty and heads of state. Only 16 examples of the Phantom 4 survive, making it one of the hardest Rolls models to acquire, but all have been preserved in excellent condition. This particular car was built for HRH Princess Margaret in 1954. It was finished in black and had power-operated windows, which was an incredible example of technological innovation for the time. Several adaptations were made to fit the owner's royal status, including a double radio setup that would switch off the chauffeur's radio when Princess Margaret switched on her own in the back seat. The Phantom 4 was the only Rolls-Royce model with an 8-cylinder engine. The power output was 164 horsepower, and an automatic transmission was fitted according to Princess Margaret's preference, as she occasionally enjoyed driving the car herself. You'll also notice it doesn't have a spirit of ecstasy, one of the things you can ask for when you're royalty. Number 9. 1933 Rolls-Royce Phantom 2 Continental Sports Coupe by Freestone and Webb. The Phantom 2 was a performance-focused model with stiff springs and a low-ratio rear axle that enabled faster acceleration. The customer who ordered this particular Phantom, British cotton magnate Sir John Lee, had a taste for high performance and wanted his car to be as sporty as possible. A number of performance-oriented upgrades were installed, such as a dropped exhaust pipe and 6-inch gauges for the speedometer and tachometer. Power came from a 7.7-liter 6-cylinder engine, producing 120 horsepower. On the aesthetic front, this Phantom's design was characterized by a long hood line and sharp lines, an early example of what would eventually become known as Rolls-Royce's razor edge design. This particular example sold for $2,420,000 at an R.M. Sotheby's auction in 2013. Number 10. 1933 Rolls-Royce Phantom 2 Special Town Car by Brewster. Much like its modern counterpart mentioned earlier, this bespoke creation also started out life as a Phantom before coach builder Brewster turned it into a personalized vehicle for American architect C. Matthews Dick and his wife. The couple took care to personally select all the materials used in the interiors, from the wool cloth upholstery to the wood trim and gold-plated hardware. The heating system was modern and stylish, with Art Deco-style vents that kept occupants' feet warm on chilly winter days. This same car has changed hands via R.M. Sotheby's several times in the last 2 decades, most recently in 2021 when it sold for $1.6 million. But in 2008, it sold at Monterey for $2,310,000, equivalent to nearly $3.4 million today. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe our channel for more videos.